Armstead will tell you about Walter Baker of Cleveland and his famous electric torpedo, the world's first streamlined racing car, which around the turn of the century startled the American public with its unusual design and incredible speed. In a recent editorial, the Cleveland Plains dealer declares that the telephone company gets unfair blame for the size of its bill. Many people don't realize that a federal excise or luxury tax
better to involve yourself in these infernal road races. Very simple. It's this. I want to make the Baker Electric more widely known. Also, I'm convinced that electromotive power can produce the greatest results from the least power. I propose to prove this to the American public by breaking the world's record for the mile. With this monster? Well, the Baker Electric torpedo was something of a frightening spectacle by 1901 standards. Inside its bullet-like shell were 40 electric cells generating a motor that transmitted its power through a chain gear to the rear wheel. The electric torpedo's first test of speed came on Memorial Day, 1902. The Automobile Club of America was holding its annual road races over the South Shore Boulevard and 40, then 45 miles an hour. As it slipped over the starting line, only the whirring sound of its chain gears broke the silence of the stunned crowd. Denzer stepped it up to 50, and then 52, but Baker was still feeling his way along, still not too sure of the car and the course. The black torpedo sped across the kilometer line in 36 1/5 seconds, a new world record for electric. Inside the big black hull, Baker yelled, "All right, Eddie, let her out. We're going after the mile." The torpedo leaped ahead, and the crowd held its breath. Baker tightened his grip and held on as the torpedo plowed over the rugged road at 70 and still accelerating. Ahead of him, he noted a slight turn in the road. It was on him almost before he knew it. He swerved sharply, too sharply. The torpedo fish-tailed for 200 yards, bounced hard over the Lincoln Avenue streetcar tracks, spun crazily into a field off the road, and crashed. Spun crazily into a field off the road and crashed. A few brave men rushed toward the wreckage to pull out the badly crushed bodies, but they needn't have. Like two men from Mars, Baker and Denzer slid out of the torpedo shell only slightly bruised, and momentarily broken-hearted. Well, it was a white blur streaking over the finish line. The official timer rubbed the sand out of his eyes, took off his straw hat, wiped his brow, consulted his stopwatch again. He muttered through his mustache to no one in particular. Well, let's see. My watch says 34 3/5 seconds. Gentlemen, Baker has just done 104 miles an hour. Well, that was as fast as Walter Baker ever dared drive his electric torpedo. At top speed at Almond Beach, he had used only 20 of its 40 electric cells. Even today, some experts, including 87-year-old Walter Baker, still insist that if a man could have been found brave enough to drive the Baker electric torpedo at top speed for 1 mile, it would have done 132 miles an hour. The torpedo never raced for the record again, and the limit of its speed will always remain a mystery in the pages of the Ohio Zone.